Alright, I'm doing a VOD review on myself right here, JQ Redpilled. Um, yep, same game I played with the other three. Let's get it started. Alright, so right off the bat, you see we have me on the far left perimeter spawn, right? I missed a curb slide to grab the stickies and slide past, so I have to... I'm not sure if the curb slide is actually that necessary. It might speed up this process by like a split second, but I mean, I don't know. They didn't end up going for it anyway. That sticky is just kind of like a Hail Mary. Like, it gets a free kill sometimes, but if you hit the curb slide, that's how to hit it like super precisely. Otherwise, it's just kind of like a warning, you know, in case they're thinking about going for it for camo. Here I am, flying for camo. I honestly shouldn't be doing this play. Flying for camo is really a bad play, especially with none of them down on their side. I feel, however, that because of the fact that somebody pushed the perimeter with me, that I was kind of pushed out of my position. But ultimately, I should have just like held back, made the switch, held Mangler instead of flying for camo off the bat like this without getting a kill. I managed to get the burn, which is something, you know. Honestly, I mean, yeah, I made a bad play and got lucky on it. That's what that was. Spawned in right here. If you tell the map positioning, the right side's kind of covered, kind of not really, because you see Jester's in the hill. This guy's coming like mid right, and then Shiny's over there, kind of out of the play. So really, I'm a solo spawner in terms of lanes at this point. So I recognize that. Fly left flank because, you know, as a solo spawner, you really want to like check flanks. So I see that guy. I tag him, knowing that we have someone in hill, or our team's in hill, and really nothing's going on his. There could have been another spawner there. I really should have held perimeter here rather than just trying to dive into the hill. But I see two people right here, so it's like at this point, it's, you know, a 3v2 on this side of the map. I think I just do the math quickly and decide to just try to go for the collapse rather than going for perimeter control, which I should have been doing. Ended up getting a double and then turning back around and going for map control, which is good. And you see here that I'm kind of, what I'm doing here, right, like what my reticle is doing, I'm searching extra hard because of the fact that I'm trying to make up for the lost time, right? Assuming, for instance, hypothetically, that somebody did spawn bottom A, they would either be hiding there, or like if they were still there, right? Like if they spawned bottom, sorry, if somebody spawned bottom A during this sequence, the only reason why they wouldn't have pushed up when I turned around and why I wouldn't be in a fight right now if they spawned bottom A, having already cleared kind of those sight lines, would be if they were hiding like in the bottom doorway of bottom A, waiting for somebody on my team to run past, and then they would get the flank, right? If they would clamber like as I was running past the stairs. So that's why I kind of just stared there for a split second to make sure that wasn't going on. And that wasn't going on. But now because of that, and also I'm also trying to make up for the lost time, where I should be checking here. This just honestly should have been where I went instead of top ledge, because here I am like just pushing past. So I'm thinking honestly, like this isn't necessarily bad, because like you could tell that I'm kind of just, my reticle is like, I'm paying attention to that doorway. I'm sound hoarding bottom mangler in order to make sure that no one's running under me as I'm going in towards control. And then I also kind of jump to get sightlines a little bit just to triple check. And then I look that way and I see two people, so then it flips. So then I'm now the far right perimeter guy. So yeah, that's what ends up happening there. Since I was just here A, I'm confident that nobody spawned A, but maybe I shouldn't be. Let me triple check here, right? So like hypothetically speaking, right? Somebody could spawn A right there. That's a massive area to open up. If they didn't spawn with their team all on long haul right there, right? Like if we were pressuring long haul, right there somebody could spawn A, or even like in whirlpool, really like red pipes, because the guy over there on that side isn't blocking red pipe spawn. So there's a lot of plays. I honestly, at this point, I should be checking. I should still be sound hoarding, right? Like bottom A. And if anything, coming over here, dropping, checking red pipes first before coming up here, clambering up on the top A ledge to check B and like make sure there's no one coming up like A steps before I continue. Ultimately, that should be the lanes I'm taking. It is a learning progress, you know what I mean? Or learning process. I kind of fly past it though because I just like assume that they're all on that side of the map. So I got a kill. I see kill feed is saying our team's getting kills. So basically, with 2 dead and 2 left, I should be, again, I'm desperating hill. This is really not the best play to be making. I think I'm just kind of like egoing because I know that the other team isn't that good. So I'm just straight up like trying to bait the enemy team by just flying out into the open of the map. And then that would give me information that I could relay to my team if they shot at me as to where they were. You know what I'm saying? So it's like valuable information, but I really shouldn't be doing the most, basically. I should be playing my lane, honestly. Like at this moment, we don't have mid person on this side of the map. Or technically, like I'm mid because we have long haul control. Our perimeter guy hops hill, so I turn being mid left to try to like help him stay alive. Now I'm mid left. Our mid guy crossed into mid left, so I went right for a split second there, and then I saw that our far right guy is still kind of like in hydro, so I decided that like it would take a lot longer for me to go through here, come up the sneaky, and then maybe either push behind him or go through here to bridge to bottom control than it would be for me to just get a sight line on bottom control right there. Because I can almost guarantee, based on like the numbers that we have, right? We have 3 down on their team and 1 just spawned, and knowing that they're gonna probably be spawning A, that it's basically wasted time going that long route where I could just make the cut going this way. And also I see Shaka's up, and since this guy's in the hill, there's no left perimeter, so I decided to switch with him and take left perimeter. That's ultimately my thought process there. So I do that, try to line the shot up, miss it. This guy on the enemy team's AFK bottom A. It's kind of funny. So I see our hill guy died. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, where'd he die from? I shouldn't be doing this right here because they're, you know, I'm still perimeter. So I'm just kind of like watching over the team for some reason. And I gotta be focused on myself rather than overextending to help the team. That's like the one thing that will get you killed in this game. Like I just run past the AFK guy. I just kind of like I'm not even playing cautious anymore. This is kind of horrible. Just kind of desperating to. The reason ultimately why I'm doing all these things is because like I'm tracking like my team's positioning, and we're not in like the positions that are conducive to be able to play off of. You know what I mean? Like we have hydro control here, and people kind of in mid, kind of, and so me kind of like tracking our teammates' movements and like where they're going to be moving, like in the back of my head while I'm focused on my own play, is it's not going to be accurate, that prediction, because I don't know where they're going to be moving because they're not playing lanes like super precisely. So that's why I'm trying to make the cut to kind of catch up to the setup, flip the map right here, and now keeping track of where the enemies are too is kind of difficult. So I come down here to try to help with the hill. Come up here, Making sure the right flank's covered. At this moment, technically, there could be literally someone right here based on A spawns and stuff, but I'm not checking that yet. Yeah, and camel's coming up. I really, at this point, with 6 seconds left on camo, I should have been clambering, going up, going control, and maybe even going mangler, bridge or mangler, just to get the spread on camo. And then camo would be up right here, and then I would have a good, really good setup on camo so that they wouldn't be able to get it and get away. Because like right here, we really don't have the right setup or left setup, any setup for camo, ultimately. Oh wow, look at me. I actually did make that play, although I did it kind of late. And then here I am trying to secure the left flank because I noticed that like our far right guy spawned there. So it's better for me to get the left flank. Got the kill. Just kind of held forward to try to push the enemy team, who I feel are going to desperate camo off. I think I hit him with that nade a little bit. Our guy ended up getting camo and burning it. So here I am kind of doing some lanes. I pre-nade him. Like, as you can tell, like off spawn, my movement's kind of sporadic. Like, it's not that great. Okay, I gotta like fast forward to it. Right about, boom. Right, I spawn here. I see 2 people on my left. That makes me right flank. So with this spawn, I think it's better to actually run forward a little bit to check red hall before going back and jumping up, but I'm not sure. Let's break that process down actually now that we're here. Okay, so this spawn is right flank lane. It would be a lot quicker to get up here, turn, pre-nade the red door, and if there was someone Dorito or top heaven, they would know, and then they would be flying in, right, to try to challenge, hypothetically. And then I could drop, make sure, like, slide over here, because, like, if there was someone big door and they are weak, and they are trying to, like, get away, right, I could get, like, a shot or 2 there, and let's say that nade hit him in their one shot, that would be a free kill. And then I would be able to sound horde the guy above me, like, sliding for the challenge, and then I would be able to, like, take that challenge, when they drop from like this position, maybe even curve sliding left to give them a moving target where they didn't expect. Just hypothetically speaking. So ultimately, yeah, this spawn is still, it's up, but it's not a push. It's a up nade drop, go forward. Yeah. I kinda did it, but I missed my jump. Ah, that's embarrassing. Why did I miss that jump? Let's see. Let's break it down. Boom, right. Here I am, I spawn in, right. I jump. I missed the first jump. That's what it was. I just kind of like jump and left. I guess with this spawn, you're not close enough to literally just jump and hold left and land on the elevator. And now I know that. I didn't know that before. So in my second jump, I landed on it. And then I just kind of like jumped up first and then really late pressed right, because my first instinct was I want to jump up, throw a nade, and then clamber. But for me to do that, I have to first press forward and jump and then nade clamber rather than jump forward, nade clamber like I did. That's why I missed a jump. So ultimately, that just means that like I got to keep in mind whenever I'm trying to go for that maneuver, I have to hold forward right after the jump first. And then nade has to just be like a gut feeling timing reaction. Hypothetically, if I wanted to clamber, which I, ultimately I did, I missed the clamber. That's why I went forward. So I went through the motions kind of correctly, but like you could tell that where I'm coming from. But ultimately, it all stemmed from me just kind of like assuming that I would be able to make this jump off this spawn left, and I missed it. So that's what that was. And here I am mid lane. This guy kind of went left a little bit, right? Where'd he go? He just spawned here. Yeah, he switched. So he went left. Like he spawned right, and then he booked it like mid left. So I decide, okay, I'm a solo far right player. At this point, I'm just trying to like play a little bit safe. I get the green gun pre-nade, trying to go for the shock. Thinking to myself, okay, no one's probably gonna be over here, like in these lobbies. Higher rank, I wouldn't go for shock, but around here, I'm like, yeah, and trying to put a shot in this guy, so I'm just kind of spamming. I should have been more ready for that. Now, normally I would just be like flying through the right flank, but like I'm just kind of assuming that I'm gonna be able to do something with this shock. I don't know why like these shots aren't honestly hitting. Like that shot looked like it should have hit. Probably like internet or something, but might also be like temperament because I'm not like playing in the correct lanes and stuff, so I'm not like actually subconsciously prepared to hit those shots. To like gauge the timing correctly. So I decided to just whip the bandit out and spam it. And then what even was that maneuver? What in the world? Like, first of all, this drop is horrendous, right? I mean, I'm helping cross map, but I really should be looking at spawns. Although, really, he's making a single push into a 2v1, so I guess I'm trying to keep him alive. Which, again, look at that, overextending to help my team rather than playing my lane. Horrible, horrible. It did something, it actually worked out, but it shouldn't have. So now I'm like, okay, I'm the left spawner on this side, so I should be playing like long haul to watch the long haul flank instead of taking this fight bottom mid. I just figured, this guy's easy. I could just turn and kill him before I recheck. Like that's that mentality is what gets you killed at like super like higher ranked lobbies. Thinking like, oh, I'm better than this guy, and then you ego it, and then you just die. That's what they call it, ego chow. Ego's important, but you have to have an accurate ego. You can't have a whatchamacallit. You know what I'm trying to say. Can't have it too inflated. So here I am. See, now I'm doing my checks. Pre-nade the bottom door, pre-nade it again, go up for the clamber, look for the shot. And then look at that. I just abandon and push forward. The next step for these checks literally is to hold back, to go up like top heaven, just so that if this happens, look at that. You know what I mean? Look at that. That's a one shot. That would have been a free kill. Instead, now he has a flank on the hill, and he might even be able to secure a teammate spawn on this side of the map, and that's just horrendous. Like, this is, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, how did they get in the hill again? What? Yeah, this is no lanes, no nothing. This right here is the reason why, like, some people, like, watch my gameplay in, like, VODs, and they're like, this guy's horrible. It's not because I'm actually horrible. I'm just not playing I'm not playing properly, ultimately. And there are reasons for that, which are ultimately that, I don't really have like a team that I can like understand, like work on lanes with. Although that might change, I'm working on getting teammates and all that jazz eventually. Although I'm not really trying to compete anytime soon for a variety of reasons. But that's why I'm doing these. So if you understand lanes, you're trying to get your rank up, and you're looking for a team of like 4 people that are all on the same page about this kind of thing, hit me up, and we might be able to get one together, and even go over VODs and improve from higher lobbies to even higher lobbies, and then eventually get like Onyx lobbies, and maybe potentially down the line even compete. Maybe not even as this squad. As others go their separate ways or whatever. The goal is improvement. That's what you want to do. Ultimately, I've seen enough. This game, it was kind of just it was very casual, very non. I really wasn't practicing lanes whatsoever. So ultimately speaking, I'm gonna give myself like a F- on this one. I mean, I did do some lane things, but like that's just like you could tell those are just like habits, and then I just kind of like half-heartedly abandoned them like midway through, because I felt like these are like the casual lobbies. But ultimately, yeah, this is why lanes are important. Asta.